Just want to talk to you about Zach Frazier. I know he had the injury and, he's working through that, but I just remember watching his film versus Texas last year. There's a lot of dudes on that D-line last year, and he just and he dealt with them. Like if there's any D-line with pros on it, like last year Texas, it was like 4 of them there, and he dealt with each of that dude. Zach Frazier was kind of a dude I was just hearing about, hadn't really watched him, but the more I watched him and then I found 2022 Texas with those guys. Shouts out to Zach Frazier. Tell us about Zach Frazier, please.
Yeah, you know what? I think Zach is one of those guys that a lot of people know about JPJ from Oregon, but when you turn on the tape, man, I think Zach is the best center in the draft. Right?
Bro, did Duke Manuel just say what I thought he said? Was that Zach Frazier is the best center in this year's draft? Because I know I said in the video, I think it was last week, that I had Zach Frazier as my 1A over JPJ. Because to me, he's stronger than JPJ. And that's what I saw that popped out to me. And shout out to Voch and Duke Manuel. Man, I'm just not watching this video, and it kind of like vindicated me for saying that Zach Frazier was my 1A and JPJ was my 1B, and kind of made me feel good to see that I was seeing some of the same things that Duke Manuel was saying, and he said about some of the technical and nuanced stuff. He says that slightly on in the video, and I'm gonna play that for you. Here you go.
His play strength is ridiculous. His ability to recover and bend is ridiculous. They pulled him a lot on the CY counter that they ran, and he just, there was times where the other offensive linemen would make their blocks, and Zach would just bury a DN or a linebacker on that counter play. And you look back, and if you're only watching Zach, you're like, oh shit, this is a big game. And you realize 3 other guys missed their block. Yeah. But there's not a block that he cannot.
And as you can see, they was talking about, Duke, he was talking about some nuanced things. Now, I'm not just a technical, nuanced person on the offensive line, never have been, but when you watch football enough, you can pick up on certain things that a lot of players does and do on the field. So my thing, what I saw his strength, and I saw the way he climbed, and I was like, man, he make that look effortless. So when I did a little digging, I saw that he was a wrestler in high school. I said, okay, so that's the reason why he looks stout. He just looks stouter than JPJ to me. And like I said on previous one of my videos, that he was my 1A. And he was my 1A because of his strength. And I liked it, and I saw that from him. And I'm going to play some more of the clip from Duke Manuel and Voch and let them explain some more technical nuances. Here it goes.
2 blocks that I always look at for centers to make is that back block on a 3 technique, and then a reach front side on a 2I or a 3. And he's able to consistently make that and pull himself into position, and not only make it, but like end up finishing guys from that. Another good tape to watch is versus Pitt.
Down right there.
Yep, that block right there.
Down right
That's
there.
what I'm talking about.
Yep, had that queued up. Yep.
Yep, that's exactly the block that I'm talking about right there. So when you look at that, like that's what the NFL is about right there, is the centers being able to make those. And man, we got a lot better. I think the toughness is evident. He broke his leg on the last play of the last game of the season, and I don't think anybody expected him to do anything at the combine. He came out and did every single drill and looked great doing it. But I can tell you this, our plan and our goal with him was to be cautious with exposure of reps early on, but to be very aggressive with treatment and modalities. And he took that to heart for the first 4 or 5 weeks. And then we kind of just knew the last 4 or 5 weeks that he would take off and kind of flourish in that. And then he checked the box again this past weekend at the Big 12 Pro Day. some really solid numbers. So really excited about Zach Frazier. He's going to step in day one and be a starter. Kind of reminds me of Corey Linsley that just retired from the Chargers. A little bigger in terms of thickness. I mean, Zach is about 315, 316. I don't think Corey ever played over 290, 295. But he can make a lot of the same blocks, has the same type of agility and ridiculous play strength.
Hey man, like I said, I like the way Duke Manyweather said his strength, and the way he just kept saying his strength. And like I said, that's what popped out to me was his strength, because he was a 4-time state champion in wrestling in high school, and that translated to college. And like I said, you can see it on tape. The tape that I did watch, I watched the 2023 Texas Longhorn tape, and he did some pretty good work. What else did I watch? I think I watched the North Carolina State game as well. He did some pretty good work, and he made it look easy. So, like I said, man, this your boy Heavy Chevy. Man, follow me, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.